What's up, everybody? It's your boy Showtime Doctor. So, I'm coming at you today. We're going to be talking about the stamina issue a little bit later. But for now, I wanted to show you guys my account progress and what I'm doing right now. So, got back into PvP a little bit. I do my 5 a day and then usually a couple extra. Just trying to hit the next rank and get more bonuses so we could unlock that gear. You know how that goes. But right now, pretty much, most of my stamina is just going straight into farming the event. Unlock Soul. He's doing pretty good, but he's still pretty low, so I can't run him. Eventually, I am going to run him as my, He's gonna basically be in Vildred's spot, where he's gonna be basically tank, partial tank, as well as, For those who don't know, I built him with counter, and I built him... Right now, it's crit, but I'm gonna try to go Unity just because more attacks equals more of his fighting spirit, which means extra turn procs, etc. So I wanted to show you guys how that works here. I'll probably throw in... Actually, I'm not... I only throw in ML Ken if I'm getting wrecked, but so far it's been okay. So he's like 28 right now, so he's not going to be hitting super hard. I guess that might be a little loud. Let me turn it down. What was I saying?
Can you hold out for more?
Yeah, it lags when I stream it, unfortunately. Oh, actually, you know what? Damn it, it's probably that stupid add-on Windows. Well, anyways, you guys don't care about that. So anyways, so the cool thing I figured out about the build was Soul can counter twice if he has counter runes. So if someone does that thing where it procs his 2 counter, and it also hits him, it can proc his 1 counter, so he can counter up to twice, which means more fighting spirit, faster extra turn procs. And then I had a sequence where he countered twice in 1 turn. He then immediately procced his next turn because he had fighting spirit. And then after that, I think he had... Or either that or it was like a follow-up or something like that. Then he had his original turn. That was actually pretty sick. That was, you know, 4 turns in 1, basically. But, you know, it's like a non-traditional soul build, so I'm going with them. See if I can get him as tanky as possible, and then counterattack, because we all know how hard he can hit once he gets built properly, so... Ways to go still. I don't even have the 3rd purple star unlocked yet. But he's doing good either way, so... And then, event progress by itself, I'm a little behind, but I'll still be able to catch up enough just doing some of the, you know, daily farming and all that, so... Anyways, you guys can watch that in the background while we discuss this other topic, so... Let's get to it then. So, stamina. Stamina issues. Lots of people have been complaining, probably... It could be the #1 complaint, I'm not sure, because there's a lot going on with that whole Mystic Pack thing as well, which we covered a couple days ago. But stamina in general. So the first time I got keyed into the stamina issue, because I got so many games to cover, I don't play this game enough to run out of stamina, and I technically have a ton of leaves left, so it won't be that big a deal when, you know, maybe for farming this event, but I don't go so fast that I absolutely have to things, like I'm not farming World 11, which we'll get into that later. But, well, anyway, so I remember in the creator Discord that Mango was actually talking, and he was saying that, that something needs to be done about stamina, and I believe he put a video out, and it was pretty well received from what I saw. There needs to be something done with stamina because he just straight up runs out even though he spends money, etc. And Scion basically said the same thing, which is funny considering that they agreed on something. And Scion basically said that, you know, at some point he wants to keep streaming Epic 7, and there was that point in time where it was Black History Month and he got on the front page and he had like just under 10,000 viewers, and I think there was some other thing where he got almost that many viewers as well. And he says he just runs out of freaking stamina, and he's sick and tired of paying for leaves to get more stamina. So, and they brought it up, and, you know, the CM, they gave their, you know, standard answer, non-answer. Oh yeah, we'll look into it, and as far as I can conclude right now, it doesn't seem like the devs really care that much about it, unfortunately, because that was like about 2 or 3 months ago that they were talking about that. So, and we've seen little improvement. Overall, just in general, to be perfectly honest. And part of that's probably the showman mentality, you know, of leave them wanting more. But that's part of the reason why you see streamers that stream this game heavily. Well, they don't have just one account; they have multiple accounts. And in Mango's case, I forget how many he said he had, something like 16 or something like that. Someone like Pluto Killer's got multiple accounts. Not sure about everybody, but even I have a couple accounts, even though I don't play it as much. Because, like I said, I play other games, so eventually I want to be done with Epic 7 and go do something else. But I don't know, part of me, because I was wondering about that, I was like, well, is that something to where we're being kind of like helicopter parents or orbiters, where we need to put this down and go do something else, or is there really a stamina issue? Because you could look at it both ways. I look at it from the streamer angle, but then from the player angle is what I try to understand more. So I go and I ask, I talk to people, I read things. And one of the main points I saw people bring up is when you're in endgame and you're farming the World 11 farm methods, right? Or, you know, gear farming, basically, hunts. That is, I believe it's 30 stamina per. Let me look it up real quick. 20 stamina over 2 minutes. So 20 stamina, assuming you can farm it fast every 2 minutes. Yeah, you'll go through. You know, they'll give you a bonus 80 stamina, and you can buy some stamina, etc. But if that's all you really need is World 11, then you will go through stamina, you know, not even an hour, you know, assuming you're doing all your dailies and all that too. And in some cases, people don't need to do all the dailies. So, yeah, I could see that being an issue, definitely. And I wasn't a fan of when they increased the costs of the hunts, considering how diluted they made the loot. But overall, it's been a net gain, right? So that's not really what we're here to talk about. But so, I would actually agree, there probably is a stamina issue. It's just, I don't personally experience it because I'm not playing the game, once again, a million, streaming it hours and hours and hours upon hours a day. So, but in general, I would like to hear your guys' opinions on that. What do you guys think, general, about the stamina? Do you feel like there's enough? Are you satisfied with what you're able to get done on a daily basis in this game? Or is there, you know, some wanting, basically, left over? Take control real quick, depending on what cooldown she has, yeah. Papa Wolf. Get a Marky. So, I don't know, that's most of my thoughts on stamina. As far as solutions, what I would like to see is... See, for me, I kind of get mad because you know that they always do that thing to where there's that little web page thing that you go to and you click for all the rewards, and usually it's like a daily stamina bonus, daily gold bonus, and whatever the hell else. Maybe like a 2-star wolf or whatever. To me, that is like an artificial method of pumping up their own website, or as far as views and visits, etc. And I don't know if there's some type of mechanic to that. I honestly don't know. I need to look that up to see, is there a reason that they do that? That they make you go outside the game to get rewards, even though it's technically in the game, quote unquote. But then, I was just checking the damage so far. Not bad for level 23 or 28. Evil Ken got in there late. Alright, so, what was I saying? So yeah, I don't like that metric just because of the clicking and the slowness and the time taking that it takes. But I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know, if they had a lot more stuff like that in the game, where you could go in the game and okay, yeah, we can definitely hit up for you know, you hit this benchmark, here's more stamina. You hit this benchmark, here's more stamina. Or choose your reward. So if you really need gold, it could be gold. If you really want fodder, you can get fodder, etc. But then, If I was them, there was a technique that Knights Chronicle, one of the good techniques that Knights Chronicle actually did, if they really want people to be more involved in PvP in this game. What they did was, they're changing it up now, but back when I used to play, they had 5 matches of PvP you could play, and it would regen every 10 minutes or so. So a lot faster PvP in that game. But then, every time you won a PvP match for the first 10 battles, I believe it was, you got 20 more stamina. And I believe since this game's so PvP centric, especially, you know, whales do PvP, lots of people that aren't whales do PvP. And it would even incentivize someone like me to do PvP to go in there and okay, win 5 matches and there's 100 stamina for you, and then you could win 5 matches, choose to win 5 matches later on, and there's 200 stamina for you. That would be a kind of quick fix. It would get people playing the game more, it'd get people more invested in PvP. And not that I necessarily want to be more invested in PvP, but if you want stamina, then you'll do damn near anything you can to get it, right? So that's one potential solution. Obviously, they could bring stamina costs down, which they've discussed it, and or not they've discussed it, the devs, but we've brought it to their attention, and it basically, you know, they're very peculiar on how they want to do things. Particular is what I meant, actually. But then, so there's a bigger, it's gonna have to be in another video, but there's a bigger issue I've been wondering. All you guys that have played Summoner's War, because I tried to log into that game, and that game literally, if you try to make a new account right now, it says too many IDs, can't register you, too many IDs are in the game. Because I guess people make millions of freaking alts in that game. So, which by the way, if anyone has an alt they're willing to loan me. Because I really want to experience that game just to get these devs' perspectives. Because I know in Summoner's War, the summon banner, for instance, is all universal. So if a new character comes out, it's hard to get that character because that character is in the pool with every other character. So getting it's a pain, and that's when you got people spending thousands of dollars on the banner trying to get the hero. And I always wondered, I'm like, what is it about? Because a lot of the top people from that game came and joined high rank positions in the development team, etc. for this game. And I was like, what the hell was it about that game that made them so hardcore on a lot of the things they're really hardcore about, including the stamina costs and the RNG of the loot, the way that banners work, no auto as far as repeat dungeons go, PvP being a huge staple of the game, etc. So I really am curious about that, but that's a topic for another time. Other than that, I mean, you could have more of the... You could add a whole new faction in the... What would you call it, like the daily quest or whatever? And have that faction literally just be all about helping the player get more done per day. And, you know, it's not necessarily that's what the faction itself would be called. But you get what I'm saying, like, it is a faction dedicated to maximizing what you can do. So, there's nothing about... All the rewards would be based around leaves, stamina, and then maybe some more materials as far as, like, upgrades. You know, stuff to just maximize your account quickly. And as you rank up the different things, it'll say things like... I mean, we already technically have one, but, you know, more stamina... Or they'll never do faster stamina regen, unfortunately. But something similar to the effect of you get more bonus stamina per day for as high level as this group is, or the more levels you got in the faction rank or whatever. I think that would be an acceptable thing to where people could get into that because it would still be a slow burn. It would take a while to build it up, but it would benefit you every time you build it up. And the devs in this game, they're really into... Yeah, we want you to play, and we want you to feel like you're achieving something. So we want you to put in the work for it. Well, that would be an issue, or a potential solution there. Where, okay, we're working on this faction, and by the time we're done with it, hey, you know, 50 bonus max stamina every day. You get 2 to 3 leaves every day. But, of course, that flies in the face of, well, that's going to nerf the amount of people that buy leaves. but you know, mostly for streamers though. So, but you know how greed always goes in these games. Just wondering, there's another video I'm gonna make. I'm gonna have to research a bit more. The cycle of gacha games and what your guys' experiences were with the best gacha games you played. So, like, I've always heard about games like Grand Blue, which I'm actually thinking about trying out. Actually, I saw some artwork on that. That looked pretty good. But, you know, what made those games work? Because it seems like the cycle for most gachas, even though I don't necessarily think this one's going to go that far. But the cycle for a lot of gachas is, you know, first 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. months. Lots of free stuff, yay, new players, awesome stuff, here you go, here you go. And then at some point during like about that 4th or 5th month, PvP hero, PvP hero, PvP hero, PvP hero, new way to summon things that's really rare, PvP hero. And then, you know, pay to win mechanic, pay to win mechanic, pay to win mechanic. And usually within that year, a good majority of the player base has just quit because they're sick of it. And a game as good as this, you know, we don't want, well, I say we in quotes, but you know what I'm saying, like if you're enjoying this game, you don't want to stop playing the game because you have an issue with whatever. But it seems like so many games go that route to where it's basically like a business startup or like a fixer-upper house, to where you put a bunch of work into it for 4 to 5 months and then, all right, we got to cash out because we got this other project coming down the hall. And, you know, so then here come all the pay-to-win mechanics, and they cash it out, and eventually all the whales move on, and all the streamers move on, etc. But that'll be a topic for another video, too, I'm going to do in the future. But for now, as far as the stamina issue, I guess that's pretty much most of what I got to say about it. I'm not at that point where I'm farming World 11. Hunt 11, I guess I should just call it that, because, you know, still building up heroes, and got to get back into the game as far as what I was doing before my injury I had. So, but anyways, guys, I think that's enough, so I guess we'll let this fight play out, and yeah, if there's anything in particular you want to see in Epic 7 coverage, let me know. I got plenty more I can do, but I do like to try to keep my finger on the pulse of what the community wants to see, so you guys want to see something, let me know. I'll do my best to bring it to you if I'm feel like I'm qualified enough, etc. So, you check the damage numbers on this real quick and we'll parse it out. I mean, he's still like 30. Oh, you know what? I need to give him his... Oh, I can't give him his mats. The freaking fire thing's not open today. Yeah, he did a little less that time. But I think that was mostly because... Well, actually, I'm not sure. I guess Bologna just threw down that time. Anyways, that's enough of that. So, hopefully you guys are all doing well on your accounts, and that will be it for me. So, yo, if this is your first time seeing me, I'm Showtimedr, Showtimedr. You found my YouTube, hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Also, check out my the title info underneath the video. You can click show more. Link to the Discord. Got a good Epic 7 community in there, except Ambo. And then we got a link to my Twitch. I go back and forth on my Twitch between streaming gacha and streaming other games like indie games, etc. So although I was planning on doing an Epic 7 stream, I was going to do it earlier this week, but I just ran out of time when I was streaming Overhit. So, and that's a whole nother video, which I'll be recording right after this. So, but anyways, I'll catch you guys later on. Have a great day.